What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a whole another episode here of Supernatural Untold Stories. We are testing new equipment here today. Trying to figure this out real fast. Subscribers, there we go. What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Let's see how we can push this out. Is there any other way to push this out? Let's take a look here, testing new equipment. Typing that up. We are going to put this on. Let's see that. Go back to live here. See what we got. Cool. There we go. Live, live, live. Oh, got kicked out. Let's see. What is going on? Let's see. We got one person watching. Let's try to push this out. How's that sound? Does that sound pretty good? Just comment yes if it does. Two watching. Welcome, welcome, guys. You see this thing has got a little background noise going on. I think we're good there. Got couple different camera angles here from all sorts of different locations. It's pretty cool. He's switching from different camera angles. We can add our live Supernatural Untold Stories logo here. Let's go. Windows being blocked by YouTube. Let's see if we can edit that live. Let's move it over a little bit. Save that. A little too far over. Guys, I'm doing all this live, which is pretty cool. Back behind the YouTube logo there. I like that. It's pretty cool. So you switch over to the logo real fast. Show you guys the logo. Go back to the camera. All right, so let's talk about ghosts and children. Do you guys believe that children actually are more susceptible to actually seeing ghosts or have the ability to speak to ghosts? And if so, why? Comment your answers below. Let's go. Well, Sean, subscribe. Thanks, Sean, for the subscription. Appreciate that. Can't believe you weren't already following. Just kidding. How's the sound? How's the mic? You guys hear that pretty loud, pretty good on your end? Got this angle on my double chin here. You guys see that? It's kind of messed up. Bad angle, bad angle. Let's go back to the shadow. But yeah, let's talk about ghost paranormal stuff, and let's go from there. Welcome all, and as Sean would say, we live, baby. There we go. me and my 3 followers. What's going on, guys? Make sure you comment down below, comment on the sections here, and let me know what you think. Do children have the ability to see ghosts? Do you believe that they're easier or closer to, I guess, that realm to speak to ghosts and to have the ability to just communicate or interact with them? These keyboards are very loud. All right. I'm actually pretty excited. This is like one simple setup and it just controls everything. Can't wait to use this on actual live. This is just testing right now, but I'd like to get everybody's thoughts on what they believe. Join the conversation. Where is everybody watching from tonight? Is anybody watching from anywhere? Neat, cool, warm maybe? It's really cold here in New Jersey right now. Okay, I see that. I can relate to that. The Sean's comment here said, absolutely, absolutely. Children's third eye hasn't classified as much as adults, aka the pineal gland. Probably spelled that wrong. I understood what you said, so we're good. We're on the same page. But yeah, I do agree with that. I think that I think that's has a lot to do with it. I also believe that as we get older, we're taught subconsciously to just basically ignore any paranormal activity that we've experienced. We've all been told that we're wrong, and I'm sure like a lot of times I know for in my perspective when I was growing up, I was always told to not believe everything, to basically everything could be explained. And I do agree with that to a certain extent. But there's a lot of things that I had no explanation for. And obviously, you were told that not to talk to anybody about it. You're told to keep your mouth shut. I know, at least in my case, like I was really never able to allowed to talk about that kind of stuff with anybody outside of our family. Um, so it was very like taboo, like looked upon, looked down upon, I guess you say. And I think that has a lot to do with also like us growing out of that ability. Our third eye closes, kind of like what you were talking about there, Sean. Yeah, I think this is working pretty well. I'm actually pretty glad this was able to go live here with this stuff. This is kind of like a crazy live. Like I wasn't expecting to go live at all. This is just me testing this app out. I tried all day last night, all day yesterday to try to get this to move forward a little more and to try to go live, and it just wasn't working. Um, I got some glitches out of it, so I think we're good. I don't see any lagging either, which is really nice. Let's see. I'm trying to find there's some really cool paranormal like stories on the Traveler's Journal online. If you look up the Witchery Arts, some really neat like personal ghost story or stories. I don't know if you guys hear that, but there's a lot of movement going on around me in this house. As of recently, like my house has been crazy active. That's pretty cool. The UK seems to have some crazy, intelligent, and active ghost, like paranormal activity. Seems like anywhere in the UK, like all the paranormal activity that I've seen that have been captured are very like I don't know, I should say like very pronoun or like very real. Let's see. Guys, welcome. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that follow button if you guys want to subscribe below. As you guys can see, finally popped up again on the screen. Man, this story I'm reading is actually pretty cool. I'll read it to you guys. Let me see if I can get back to it. Back to the top. So this story here apparently comes from George and Pilgrim Hotel in Glasstown. Of course, the screen pops up. Glastonbury, Great Britain. This is a ghost story from the Gothic horror stories. This is the personal ghost stories that one of the families actually wrote regarding that hotel. It says, my own search for real ghost stories began in my family's home long ago, October of 2018, and I was in the kitchen of the family home. I lived there. Correction, I lived here, taking care of my parents for nearly a decade. Mom had died. Dad was in a nursing home. I was about to shut off the lights and go to another part of the house when I got off, or when I got a whiff of Dad's cologne. It wasn't wafting through the room. It wasn't subtle, as his cologne was never subtle. There's something about an aqua velva man, foul smelling stuff, but that's what he liked, strong and manly. I chalked it up in my imagination, but the scent held on. I said out loud, to the silent house, Dad must have just died, and laughed at myself. Those with the Gothic dispositions are prone to making superstitious statements like that, and I felt kind of stupid for falling into the same trap. I came upstairs and sat down on my desk and started to work when the phone rang. It was the nursing home. Come right away. That wasn't the first real ghost stories in this house for me. They started before I was 5. Not disembodied sense, lights switching on and off, footsteps or any of the smaller pantheons of ghostly occurrences. Through those all came later. The first time was full body apparition, and it wouldn't be the last time I saw it. My parents told me I was an imagination, so I spent most of my childhood. See, that goes back to what you're being told as, you know, when you're younger. Um, you were like, I mean, at least for me, I was always told to like just not believe it was always imagination, it wasn't real. But going back to the story, my parents told me it was imagination, so I spent most of my childhood believing I was crazy. People who believed in such things are crazy, right? Then when it came, sorry, then when I was in my 30s, I told my mother that told my mother that, and she laughed. Turns out she's seen it too. As her mother, my dad wouldn't talk about what he saw, But he was afraid of the house. I thought the spirits in this house had finally found peace while I lived elsewhere for over 30 years. But over the past couple of years, I've come to find two house guests sitting on my porch at night, having close not to say in the house, alone after disturbing occurrences. And those are just the people who will talk about it. So it's safe to say, growing up in this house and coming back to it, I come by this, can't say the word, naturally. I didn't have to look forward real ghost stories. I didn't have to look far for real ghost stories. It's interesting. What do you guys think about that? You guys think, what's your thought going back into like actual experiences that you may or may not have had in the past? Like, looking back at it now, do you think it was maybe paranormal? Could have been explained? Could have been something different? I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool to just talk about it and see what you guys think. I'm probably gonna stay here for a couple minutes, and then I'm probably gonna be out. And those of you guys that are just coming in and leaving, make sure you hit the thumbs up if you like the videos. Make sure you hit the follow button if you haven't subscribed. Make sure you subscribe. It's able to help my channel actually be able to go live, make more live content. Should be pretty cool here on this podcast. I want to test one more thing out with this new system we got here. We'll test this out and see what happens. It's actually pretty cool. It's definitely neat. Definitely neat. I wonder if the audio came through on there too. But for those of you guys that are watching, thank you for watching. This is just a quick live. I was just testing this equipment out. So as the audio sounds good, I can go live. I can change camera angles. I think we are good on this end. All different camera angles, which I think were neat. Let's go back to that. And we'll end it with this. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on the next Supernatural and Torch Stories podcast. See you then.